discussing Kevin Durant's trade options amid the rise of young stars across the league.
Continuing the show, I never in a million years thought, Nico had the nuts to sit there and make this move on his own.
There was something on the back burner, though, huh?
This was a move from the top, and it's showing.
My boy needed a break. He needed a break. He needed a good break, man.
But then Shaq had to come out and say that David Stern sent him somewhere hot.
Do you want to go somewhere warm or cold?
Now it's all starting to make sense.
Yeah, it's starting to make sense.
Does Nico keep that pick? Does he keep that pick or what? What you think?
Okay, you can package that. PJ, some other guys, Gafford to Milwaukee.
Cooper's the unknown technically.
Now we got Giannis back in play.
So you.
Speak.
So would you trade the number one pick for KD?
Fuck no, because the way I see it is Cooper Flag will come in. He's a young
So turn
guy.
down your background. Turn down your background a little bit because I hear that more than I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know if that's your background or mine.
That was the TV.
Yeah, I still hear it. Is that mine?
Oh, that's you then.
Oh shit, my bad. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said hell no, I wouldn't make that trade for the simple fact that Cooper Flag could come in, and even though he's the number one draft pick, whatever, he's a young guy with energy, so he could do the little things that require winning, like, rebounding, defense, and he's not looking to get his shit going as much as a Kevin Durant would. Like KD at this stage of his career, he wants to go in. He wants to, of course, no leadership, none of that shit. He wants to come in, get his buckets, everybody around him pretty much do the dirty work, and he wants to go home. Like, he don't have that same fire, I feel like, that a younger guy like a Cooper Flag would have. And I don't feel like KD at this stage is about to come in and take you over the top. Like, I ain't gonna lie, think about KD's journey since he left Golden State. It's always the same shit. He goes in, everybody else gets the blame but him. He's getting swept by young guys. Like, young niggas is coming in there sweeping them. Like, he's just not making your team that much better, and he's taking a lot. Like, every time he joins the team, it's like you're giving up a lot of good pieces that made your team a winning team.
You think it would work with KD? Because at this point we can say that KD is very thankful and grateful to have Steph playing in the NBA, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Like, Steph helped him get those 2 rings. Obviously, Draymond and Klay too, and the rest of the team. But like, besides that, outside of that, KD haven't been able to do it on a different team where he's the leader or whatever the case may be. Do you think that, let's say KD go to a team at this point in his career, you think he should take a pay cut and to have a team built around him with all the pieces that's necessary to compete for a championship?
Take a pay cut?
I mean, like, KD's not when I say pay cut, I'm saying like KD's gonna ask for a lot. You get what I'm saying? It's not a lot of money.
Yeah, KD go. Jimmy Butler asked for 61 mil.
That's what I'm saying. To win,
goes in there. KD I feel like he's a certain level of player, and sometimes it's not about needing the money, but what the money sort of represents in terms of like your quote unquote value. So it's like you could be in a place where it's like at work where they tell you making X amount of money. It could be, okay, cool, making good money. But they tell you that one of your subordinates or something like that is making more.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be a feeling of like, well, do you value him more than you value me?
Yeah.
And also you're standing in the league. So I feel like KD taking a pay cut, it's hard for me to see that, because I feel like that'll be him accepting that I'm not that anymore, sort of. And also, I think what it is, the pay cut stuff, really, because when I even think about it, it's like, where would it make sense for him to go to take a pay cut, do you think, to compete for a ring?
So there's a couple of teams that I think, KD should go. You probably disagree. I think Minnesota is one, and I think the Dallas Mavs is also another one.
I hate the Minnesota stuff because Jaden McDaniels do way more winning shit than KD.
Nah, I think KD will be more of a use because KD still can defend.
Okay, KD goes there. Who guards the perimeter player's best player?
That would be tough. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was asking. That's the point I was making. Like, if you can keep the core base of a team with the right pieces that's needed to win, and then you add KD on a team, I think that's the only way you're going to be able to do it. Because if KD comes, they're cleaning out the roster.
That's what I'm saying.
They're cleaning out the roster.
KD come at worst, you're not gonna have no bench.
That's what happened in Phoenix.
You
Bro, they
when
had
I say no bench, you ain't gonna have no bench.
Ogu, some dude name I don't even remember, bro. Dog, the dude didn't even know how to make a layup solo.
Dog.
Like I'm like, but people make these type of DeMarcus Cousins is saying go get KD.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
don't like those type of shits because it's like they'll be just like niggas wanted to see OKC lose this playoff run so bad just because they're like, if this don't work, you have to go out and get a star player. I heard even Stephen A talk about it on one of
KD and OKC.
I'm like, bro, shut up. No, you don't have to do that. That is not the answer. You will devastate the franchise because KD's gonna come. He's on the backside of his career. You trade a J-Dub, who's an all NBA defender, who's an offensive player who's solid and know when
And still young.
when to step up, when to step back. Trade him for Kevin Durant because dudes like that think that everything is based solely on, oh, he can score 30. So
Yeah.
he automatically makes our
He's
team
27 and 6 and 5.
Exactly.
If that doesn't reflect and winning, what's the point?
Exactly. What's the point? He'll go out there, he'll get his 30 points, and then he won't do none of the little shits. Nigga, Shea is supposed to be the primary defender for big wing scorers. Like, no. Like Jaden McDaniels, I way prefer him over KD for Minnesota because Jaden McDaniels will take on the superstar scorers.
Yo,
imagine if KD was guarding Shea right now in the playoffs in the Heat, where KD's his primary matchup. Boy, getting cooked to death.
Yeah, I agree. And also another thing too,
and you can't tell Ant-Man to go guard him because he has so much of an offensive burden. You don't want to burn him out.
Yeah, and another thing about that is the fact that it's like this. Well, during our time, there's only like 2 super team that went out there and went and competed for a championship and actually got it done. The Miami Heat and Golden State with KD. After that, we seen
it don't work.
Especially with KD, Brooklyn, people can. I did the whole segment on it, how like people got injured and stuff like that. Yeah. He didn't get it done. Phoenix couldn't do it because, like you said, they got rid of the whole bench. That's gonna affect the team.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. So it's not that easy, bro. It's
not that easy to put together a team where everybody understands their role, accepts their role, and excels at their role. And you know what I mean? Just that cover each other weaknesses. Like, you got to find pieces that cover for your weaknesses on what you struggle with. Like, OKC this summer, that's what they did. Okay, we Caruso, we needed a wing defender that moves the ball and can hit open shots and can guard, wing players. Boom. You trade Josh Giddey, Josh Giddey's nice. But you trade him for Caruso, an all-NBA defender who does that. Okay, we're too small on the interior. We need somebody that can give us strong minutes at the center position. You know what I mean? Where it's not like we're overburdened in Chet. Boom, you go get Isaiah Hartenstein. Like, you cover holes that make sense for your team, that makes you a complete team.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you see a nigga like Kevin Durant, he ain't about to. If you got a superstar scorer, and a team that would benefit from Kevin Durant is like a Houston Rocket.
Well, why you say that? Why Rocket?
Because I look at Rockets where sometimes it seems like they got that defense part on lock. Like they got they defend at a high level. They got good defensive like camaraderie amongst each other. Like they just do well on that end, but sometimes scoring and generating offense can be an issue, like at times for them. And I feel like
Jalen Green is not consistent.
Exactly, and I feel like a Kevin Durant will be more consistent than Jalen Green.
So you get rid of Jalen Green.
If you could get rid of a Jalen Green for Kevin Durant, you done made that team better.
Honestly, I'm not mad at that because I feel like Ahmad and Sengun.
Yep.
How Sengun especially have more of an upside than Green, right? Yep. I can see him like he's like a Joker type, but he can't really shoot like that.
For sure.
Right. So I can see that, and I'm not gonna lie.
And also they got strong interior players, so Kevin Durant won't have to play the 4-5 position for no periods of time. They got Steven Adams, they got Sengun, they got like just players that can handle that.
So then you
So,
send
so
Jalen.
he can be like he can have backside help and be like on the perimeter.
KD's still on contract, right? He's still is he a free agent?
Nah, he's still on contract because they're talking about trading him.
So they're gonna trade him. Okay. So yeah, I'm not mad at that. So you think that would be like a swap, Jalen Green for KD, or they're gonna ask for more pieces?
I feel like Phoenix will try to get more pieces. But if you could give Jalen Green a couple draft picks and Cam Whitmore, who's solid, but you don't play him as much,
Yeah.
you know, if you could give like those two pieces up and get KD, then yeah, I say you do it. If you can get some other teams involved, that makes it where it's like, you know, you got other teams that can help facilitate the trade.
They're going for Jabari.
Then I feel like
Jabari.
you know, you do that.
No, I agree.
But being real, that's like the only team I can think of. Detroit Pistons, as funny as it may sound, KD would have come out to the D, nigga will take him. He come out here because
But who you gonna give up though? Like,
we'll give up some little. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
like,
you know it's funny. You know the funny thing about you, bro? You talking about you don't want KD to go to all of these other teams, but you want him to go to your team.
No. But like, it's like he comes. To
He
Detroit,
fits better over there, right?
He feels a little.
Yeah.
He feels a little neat. Like, okay, see my team. I said, hell, Golden State, hell.
Because they got something good going on already. The Pistons don't.
Pistons we got a little promise, you know.
No, I'm not saying no. They got promise. Saying what OKC got going on, the Pistons are not there yet.
Oh yeah. Well, OKC got going on don't need to be touched for the next 10 years.
Yeah, like, you feel me?